Hey YouTube, it's Bella here. I quit my job. I just thought that I would talk about that. So, everybody knows I've been working at Yellowstone National Park. I worked there for 20 whole days before they got the best of me. So, I was supposed to work there until October 11th, but I quit yesterday, or I quit the day before yesterday, and had to get everything taken care of, turned my key to the store in, cleaned out my room, packed up all my stuff, and now I am in Big Timber, Wyoming, and I'm going to be in Wyoming for the next 2 days. Then I'm going to Colorado, then Kansas, and then Arkansas, and then Alabama. The reason that I quit is because I felt completely stifled and absolutely like I just felt like a failure as an entrepreneur. I didn't enjoy the job at all. Like I worked in sales, so I was selling stuff all day long and I was getting paid $9 an hour to make a company hundreds of dollars an hour. There was one day where I made the company, or I had like $7,000 in sales for the day. And I was just thinking about it and I was like, they paid me like $50 to do this. Like, there's no incentive whatsoever. And then the company that I'm working for is not a good company at all. I would not recommend them to anyone. They are very, very corporate and treat their employees as a resource and as a tool and basically as a commodity, not as a human being. So it was very eye-opening to me to have this first job, and I'm so happy that I took the job because I would have never understood the significance of what I've been doing all these years if I hadn't seen the other side of it. So I'm very, very happy that I put myself through this. But it just turned me into an absolute wreck. I was very stressed out and I was starting to get depressed and I wasn't eating right. I was drinking like every day after work because I was so tired, and like you get home from work and you're just like, you don't feel like doing anything else except for going out and having beers and stuff. I just started developing really unhealthy habits, and I was like, this is enough. Like, I'm not happy here. And I'm definitely of the belief that if something is not working for you, just stop doing it because it's probably not going to get any better. I know some people will be like, oh, you should stick it out, but why would I work for 7 more weeks doing something that I don't like doing and making no money and feeling depressed and working against my moral values for this company? So I just told them, very politely that I was not going to be able to work for them anymore and that I would have my stuff out by tomorrow. so, yeah, so as an entrepreneur, I think it's pretty funny that I couldn't even work a job for a whole month. Um, and I told my family already told me they expected it. They're like, we knew you wouldn't stay, and I'm like, well, thanks, but I mean, you know somebody very well, you realize that they are not into that. Like, I just don't think that I could have been happy there. And I don't know if I'm going to be happy anywhere if I have to work for someone else. And that may be different if somebody would let me use my entrepreneurial skills, and that may be different if somebody would motivate me with some incentives, such as, my salary plus commission. Because, on the first couple of days of the job, I was really selling stuff. I would like, talk to people in the store and chat them up and get them to add on things to their purchase and get their purchase order price up. And then I just started asking myself, I was like, why are you doing this? Why do you care? Why are you working harder and you don't make any more money? And that's a very dangerous place for your employee to be at. And I think that you really have to put systems in place to eradicate that, because if your employee feels like the job is not important and they're not going to work hard at it, then they're going to be a really bad employee. Like, I'm the worst case scenario of what kind of employee you could have, because I was unmotivated. I was disgusted by the company's behavior. I did not believe that they were doing a good job through their guests or through their employees. I think that they're a big corporation trying to make money off both their employees and their guests. They pay their employees as little as possible and work them as much as possible. And it's very, like, a lot of parallels to prison with the way that the living situation is set up. Almost as if people were getting institutionalized living like that in these community type housing. I am going to be driving home. Of course, it's going to be 28 hours on the road for me. I think I've only cranked out like one or two. So it is kind of rough for me to get back home, but on the other side of it, I am gonna go thrifting like the whole way. I cannot wait to go and hit up some stores tomorrow. Tomorrow I only have to drive 5 hours, so I'm gonna be going to Casper, Wyoming. So if you know of any thrift stores in Casper, you can leave them in the comment section. I definitely think that this trip home is going to be probably more fun than I've had in the last week or so. This morning I did get up and go horseback riding for 2 hours, and I am super sore. But I just wanted to do something for myself. I just wanted to have one last hurrah, so I kind of booked myself a horseback riding tour as a guest, and I booked it at another one of the lodges so that I wouldn't have to deal with being around people that I've been, because I had quit, I didn't want to do anything recreational where I work. So I just went on down to Roosevelt and did the horseback riding tour as a guest and actually had fun and met really nice people this morning. And well, the thing is, like, I loved everyone that I worked with, and I really do think that good people come to work there and they find out that it's not a good work situation. They promise you a lot of recreational time, but you're so tired whenever you're off and you're so stressed out that you don't even want to go do stuff. Like the few days that I did go do stuff, in the back of my head, I was like, I have to go back to work tomorrow. Like, I just don't think that's how vacation should be. And maybe I considered it a working vacation. I mean, maybe I was naive, but I still think that I did the right thing and that I lived for 21 days in Yellowstone National Park, so three weeks. So I mean, you could say that this was a learning experience, that it was a test of how could I be a digital nomad. And guess what? You can't be a digital nomad if you have no internet. And Yellowstone has very crappy internet, so I was still making good money, and I'm still gonna have really good sales update videos for you guys. Actually, that's coming up pretty soon. But I was not able to grow my business. So even sitting here in this hotel, I have high-speed internet, so I'm about to go and make some shirts and click around and see what's going on and plan some thrift stores to go to. So I think that this has been probably going to be the most significant experience, not of my life, but of this year for sure. I mean, I packed up everything that I had and moved to Yellowstone National Park. Like, it's so crazy. I don't know how I get on these things that I do, but at the time I felt like it was the right thing to go do, and now I feel like it is over, and I feel like I learned what I learned, and I feel like as a person it's gonna give me a lot of perspective about what it takes to go to work every day. And my mom worked so hard for so many years, and I don't even understand how she did it. Like, I would have lost it. I don't think that I'm ever going to be truly happy unless I'm working on something that is mine, or I'm working towards the greater good with people who believe in what I believe in, and using our like entrepreneurial skills and talents to do that. So hopefully this video wasn't too big of a bummer. If you're a reseller and you've ever worked a job, you know how much it means to have your time back and to have your freedom and to feel like you're worthy and that you matter and that what you're doing matters, and that all the efforts that you're putting in are going to pay off for you and not for someone else. So I may make some videos about working for this company because there's not enough information for people who are trying to go work there. There are a few reviews on Glassdoor, and there are a few different blogs posted about working for this company, but I truly feel that they are sharks. I really do. Without getting emotional about it, they're just not a good company. They pretend that they have these eco-friendly values. Well, how can you care about the environment and not care about the people that you employ? Like, they're all pushing this recycling and stuff and sustainability, and yet they're treating human beings like actual possessions. They act like they own their employees. When the day that I told them that I quit, I was trying to give them some notice so that they would know ahead of time. They need, like, hey, you guys, I'm not going to be coming in. I need you guys to know this so that you can fix the schedule. They told me that I needed to leave, like get out the day after that. So, which I kind of expected, but at the same time, it was like, wow, they mean business. Like, if you don't work for them, if they don't own you anymore, then you can't live there anymore. So, but again, I really like the people there, but the policies that they have in place are very, very poor towards their employees. So, but anyways, yeah, I guess this has been a 21-day experiment of what it's like to work a real job as a reseller, and it sucks. So if you're a reseller, keep doing what you're doing. Don't think about getting a job, because if you do, you're really going to realize that it is not all it's cracked up to be. This has given me so much motivation to get home and crank up for Q4 and start making some real money for the rest of the year. I've made more money this year in my business than I've ever made in my life in my business, and I think that as I continue to learn and grow, the revenue is going to keep growing with me. So thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, from the bottom of my heart. Almost to, I think I'm hitting 1,300 subscribers. So if you know anybody who wants to do reselling and think they might benefit from this channel, I would really appreciate it if you would share this video, share this YouTube channel, maybe to like your Facebook or something like that. So thank you very much, and I will be headed back to Alabama. So thanks for watching, guys.